video opens with dynamic visuals of Anglo-Saxon England, maps, reenactments, and artistic depictions of Viking longships and fortified towns. Hello and welcome. Today we're journeying back to a time of fire, steel, and shifting kingdoms to uncover the story of a woman who was more than just a queen. She was a warrior, a diplomat, and a nation builder. Her name? Æthelflæd. You might know her as the Lady of the Mercians, but by the end of this video you'll know her as one of the most formidable leaders in English history. So who was Æthelflæd? Born around 870 AD, she was the eldest child of Alfred the Great, the legendary king of Wessex, who famously defended his kingdom against the Viking great heathen army. Imagine growing up in that environment. Her childhood wasn't about fairy tales. It was about survival, strategy, and the constant threat of invasion. From a young age, Æthelflæd was educated not just in letters and religion, but in the harsh realities of statecraft and warfare. She wasn't just a princess. She was an apprentice to one of history's greatest kings. This education was put to the test when she was married off to Æthelred, the Lord of Mercia. Now, this wasn't just a simple political marriage. Mercia was a kingdom on the front lines, bordering the Danelaw, the vast area of England controlled by the Vikings. Wessex, her home kingdom, was to the south. Her marriage was a strategic alliance, a crucial link in the chain of defense Alfred was forging. Æthelflæd wasn't just a bride, she was a living treaty, a symbol of Anglo-Saxon unity against a common foe. But Æthelflæd was never one to simply be a symbol. As her husband Æthelred's health began to fail, she stepped up. She didn't just advise him, she began to rule alongside him. The chronicles of the time, which were often written by men and for men, start to mention her with increasing frequency. They speak of her building fortresses, commanding armies, and making political decisions. This was almost unheard of for a woman of her time. She was transforming from a princess and a wife into a ruler in her own right. After her husband's death in 911, the Mercian nobles did something extraordinary. Instead of being absorbed by Wessex or choosing a male heir, they acclaimed Æthelflæd as their leader. She was given the title, Lady of the Mercians. It sounds modest, but don't let that fool you. In every practical sense, she was their queen. This was a testament to the respect and loyalty she had already earned. She had proven her worth not through birthright alone, but through action, intelligence, and sheer force of will. And what did she do with this power? She launched one of the most brilliant and systematic military campaigns in Anglo-Saxon history. Working in close partnership with her brother, Edward the Elder, who was now King of Wessex, they began a pincer movement to reclaim England from the Danes. While Edward advanced from the south, Æthelflæd pushed from the west and north. Her strategy was genius. It wasn't just about winning battles. It was about securing territory. She built a network of burhs, fortified towns, at key strategic locations. Think of it like a game of chess, but with real-life castles and soldiers. She built forts at places like Bridgenorth, Stafford, and Warwick. Each new burh was a dagger pointed at the heart of the Danelaw, a base for future attacks and a safe haven for her people. These weren't just military outposts. They were centers of commerce and administration that would become the foundations of many modern English towns. The Anglo-Saxon Chronicle tells us of her incredible successes. In 917, she launched a daring offensive and captured the crucial Viking stronghold of Derby. This was a major victory. Derby wasn't just any town. It was one of the 5 boroughs of the Danelaw, a vital center of Danish power. The Chronicle notes that 4 of her thanes who were dear to her were lost in the battle, a poignant reminder of the personal cost of her campaigns. She wasn't directing the war from a distant palace. She was on the front lines, sharing the risks and the losses with her soldiers. The following year, 918, was the peak of her power. She continued her relentless advance, securing Leicester without a fight. The Vikings there, seeing the writing on the wall, submitted to her peacefully. Her reputation preceded her. Then, something truly remarkable happened. The people of the Viking-held city of York, the capital of the Viking kingdom of Northumbria, reached out to her. They pledged their allegiance and asked for her protection. This was a political masterstroke. She was on the verge of uniting not just Mercia and Wessex but Northumbria as well, effectively creating the foundation for a unified kingdom of England. Imagine the scene. A woman, a widow, who had fought her way to the pinnacle of power, was now receiving the submission of her fiercest enemies. She had succeeded where so many men had failed, using a combination of military might, strategic construction, and shrewd diplomacy. She wasn't just reconquering land, she was winning the peace. She was building a new, unified identity for the people of the island. Tragically, just as she was about to accept the submission of York and potentially change the course of history even more dramatically, she died. On June 12, 918, at Tamworth, her Mercian capital, Æthelflæd passed away. Her dream of a fully united England under her direct influence was cut short. Her brother Edward quickly moved to annex Mercia, and her daughter, Æthelflæd, who briefly succeeded her, was deposed and taken into Wessex. The male-dominated power structure reasserted itself. Because of this, for centuries her story was largely overshadowed. She was relegated to a footnote in the story of her father, Alfred, and her brother Edward. The official West Saxon version of the Anglo-Saxon Chronicle, for instance, minimizes her role, while the Mercian Register, a lost document that was incorporated into other chronicles, is where we find the most detail about her incredible achievements. It's a classic case of history being written by the victors, but in recent decades, historians have rediscovered Æthelflæd. They've pieced together the evidence and recognized her for what she was: a brilliant military strategist, a wise ruler, and the architect of England. Without her decade of relentless campaigning, her brother Edward would never have been able to complete the unification. She didn't just hold the line, she rolled it back, decisively. She broke every convention of her time. In an age where a woman's role was defined by marriage and childbirth, she commanded armies, ruled a kingdom, and brought Viking warlords to their knees. She was the Iron Lady of the Anglo-Saxons, a queen in all but name, who laid the groundwork for the nation we now know as England. Her legacy isn't just in the towns she founded or the battles she won. Her legacy is the very map of the country. So the next time you hear stories of great English kings, remember the Lady of the Mercians. Remember the daughter of Alfred who stepped out of her father's shadow to forge her own legendary path. Æthelflæd's story is a powerful reminder that leaders can come in any form, and that courage, intelligence, and determination are not bound by gender. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey back in time. If you found the story of Æthelflæd as inspiring as I do, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into the lives of incredible figures from history. Let me know in the comments which historical hero or heroine you'd like to see covered next. Until then, stay curious.